Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. So, I know I said I wasn't going to make any videos for the rest of the regular season, but I didn't realize today was a 3 game slate. And we already know what's going to happen with these teams, so might as well make a video. Just the bigger slates, it's impossible with so many teams not playing for anything and all the news up in the air. But on this 3 game slate, I have a pretty good idea what the teams are going to do. So we will go ahead, we will go over it. But first, if you don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make videos for NBA. I also cover other stuff in my Discord. XFL, NBA, NFL. Sometimes we do esports, NASCAR, pretty much everything you can think of. We have people doing. Discord link will be down below in the comments. So let's take a look at my lineups from the past few days. So it's been a great couple days for me. This was yesterday. I didn't make a video for the previous day, so cashed on yesterday's slate for this slate. Also cashed in the showdown, played a bunch of cash games that nuked, and then also had a good day tonight on the main slate. So a massive, massive edge that I found instantly. Instantly. Oh, by the way, if you want updates with all the news that comes out, make sure to check this Reddit. Because I make updates and stuff with all the news. You could have had a massive, massive edge tonight if you were on Reddit. Wait. If you were on this Reddit and you saw my update with the Bucks, I made an update there. But yeah, you can see my lineup. I loaded up on the Bucks. So this is what I posted in Discord. I think the Bucks run a 6 or 7 man rotation here. I absolutely love the Bucks. Get to the Bucks. Do whatever you can. Fade the core if you have to. Get to the Bucks. Get off Portis. Wigginton is an absolute nuke. Beauchamp, nuke. Myers is good. I love the whole starting five. So Wigginton was 7% owned. He dropped 50. Myers Leonard was 3% owned. Marion Beauchamp was 5% owned and absolutely nuked the slate. Jay Crowder was basically unowned and nuked the slate. I think Thanasis was unowned and he nuked the slate. So instantly there, found an edge with the Bucks. It worked out massively. We just had huge days in Discord, like some binks there, more binks here, cash there, nice cash there, nice cash there. Solid day there. A first place finish here for $1,000. So it was just a great day overall. Identifying these low owned plays. And the reason I thought that they were going to run a 6 man rotation, 7 man rotation, was because last year in the same spot, they would do the same thing. And they would run these 6, 7 man rotations when they had nothing to play for. And by playing Summer League, I knew who these players were. So like Wigginton, these guys, Beauchamp, guys that I played in the Summer League that I knew are good point per minute guys. So it was very, very easy to identify these low owned, just absolute nukes at no ownership. And then obviously I rounded out my lineup with Trae Young, Shake Milton, Brandon Ingram, Jason Tatum, Paul Reed, Terrence Davis, and Myers Leonard. I actually had Marion Beauchamp over Terrence Davis, and I swapped back to Terrence Davis, unfortunately. I think that was a mistake, but a great, great day overall. But that's the edge you get by either being over on Reddit or being in Discord. Definitely easy to identify this stuff from previous years and playing Summer League for me. So let's go over the slate. So we have a 3 game slate here, so they're not going to play. We do have Bruce Brown, I believe, probable, but the main guys, they're not going to play here. I believe we have Reggie Jackson, also probable as well. So with Reggie and Bruce Brown in, I think Bruce Brown looks great. He's going to run the show offensively here. I don't care that he's 7.1K. The role is going to be great. I expect full minutes if he's going to play here. He's going to have a probably, 30% usage rate on this team playing alongside guys like Braun, Watson, stuff like that. So Really like Bruce Brown. I think Reggie Jackson at 6K also looks like a very good play. He's also going to run the show offensively with Bruce Brown. These two are going to lead the way and pretty much do everything for this team. So I really like Bruce. I like Reggie quite a bit. If you want to go to DeAndre Jordan, I honestly don't even hate it. He played 30 minutes last game. He might be terrible at real life basketball, but he's still a good point per minute guy in DFS. So, yep, assuming DeAndre Jordan starts again, I think he's solid for value. Peyton Watson played a ton of minutes. He didn't do that much with it, but he's another guy that, like, if you want to go there, I completely understand. He's a viable value. Christian Braun, where is he? 5'4", had a pretty bad game. No, he had a pretty good game, but he'll also get a ton of minutes. I think he's reasonable at 5'4". I wouldn't play Jeff Green. I know it was a DNP one game, but I probably wouldn't go there. I think we'll just stick to like the Peyton Watsons, the DeAndre Jordan, the Bronze, the Bruce, the Reggie. Ish Smith will get the backup point. He played 23 minutes last game. He's a really good point per minute guy. I think he's a solid value play as well. And then I don't think I'll be going to anyone else on this team. Let's move over to Utah. So we have everyone out. Marketing THT, Olenek, Kessler, Clarkson, Sexton all out. I think Chris Dunn looks phenomenal. Um, Amazing point per minute guy. I believe he's averaging like 1.4 fantasy points per minute or something with everyone off the court. His usage rate right now is absolutely elite. It's a great matchup against Denver, this depleted Denver team. So Chris Dunn looks phenomenal to me. I absolutely love Chris Dunn. I think Ochai Agbaji, he'll be the clear number 2 on this team. I think he looks like a solid play in the mid-range, like him quite a bit. Samanek, I believe, started last game. He played 31 minutes. I think he's reasonable at 4.9. Fontecchio seems okay. Probably plays around 25 to 30 minutes. Pretty reliant on scoring. Kind of shy away from those guys, but another playable value. Azubuike, Damian Jones, these two guys will kind of split the center minutes. I think they're both okay values, but I think we'll have better value opening up, or the value that we have already talked about here. I don't think we need to go to like Johnny Juzang or JTA. I just don't think it's necessary. Mainly want to focus on the guys that I just talked about. Let's talk about Portland. So we have Drew Eubanks, questionable. We have Watford, probable, I believe. So it's tough, man. Do you like Skylar Mays got pulled early because they were too good? He was too good to tank. He was too good and got pulled early in that game on the 6th. Shaden Sharp on the 4th got pulled because he was too good for the tank. So I really don't know what to do with these Portland guys. I don't. This is what I will say. Skylar Mays with Shaden Sharp in, it's definitely a downgrade. So at 7.3, I think that's a bit much. I think if I were to pay up for someone, it would be Shaden Sharp at 7.8. I think he's in play for tournaments. I think people are going to be scared from the Skylar Mays benching and the Shaden Sharp benching from previous games. So I think Sharp's a good tournament play. If Drew Eubanks plays, I think he's reasonable at 7.7. But once again, if this game does get out of hand, he will not play in the blowout. Like I said, Skylar Mays I think is now like priced right with Sharp in and the possibility of getting benched. Watford won't play a ton, so I can't really go there at 6.6. He'll be productive when he's on the court, but hard for me to go there. Kevin Knox at 6K is just too much, I think. I think there are better mid-range plays. Like, I'd rather play Chris Dunn. I'd rather play Ochai Agbaji, stuff like that. Jabari Walker, if he comes off the bench, I think he's just a tournament-only play. But if we get, like, was it Watford? Or Drew Eubanks out and they start Jabari Walker, then I really like Jabari Walker if he moves to the starting lineup. If he's off the bench, he's just a tournament-only play. And then these guys like Jonathan Williams, Shaq Harrison, with Shaden Sharp back, I think it's hard for me to go to either. Not going to play John Butler or Mania, but with Shaden Sharp back, yeah. Downgraded Williams, downgraded Shaq Harrison, but I still think they'll get minutes and are playable for value. So Clippers do have something to play for here. So assuming that's the case, Kawhi Leonard probably going to be the chalkiest spend up on the slate. I mean, it's tough not to like him. We have a lot of value here. We know he's going to probably play full minutes, so I think Kawhi looks good. Westbrook got benched last game, but I don't know if that'll happen again. I don't think so. I think he's fine at 9K. It does seem priced about right. Norman Powell had a very, very good game off the bench last game. I think we get anywhere from like 28 to 32 minutes from him. He'll be productive when he's on the court. I just wished he was a little bit cheaper. Zubac played huge minutes last game because it was against Anthony Davis. This is the thing. If I knew he'd play over 30 minutes tomorrow, he would 100% be in my lineup. There are games where he could get limited, though. That's the only thing with him. So I think Zubac is solely a good tournament play just because he does have a ton of upside when he does get those minutes, kind of like Jonas Valanciunas. So I'm always interested in a guy like Zubac for GPPs. Bones overpriced, not going to get to Batum. Eric Gordon, you couldn't pay me to play him, but fine, like a safe play in my opinion. But I don't think we need to go there on this slate. Minnesota, the other team that has something to play here. So I expect Cat to play if that's the case in a phenomenal matchup. I really like Anthony Edwards at 8-4. I really like Karl Anthony Towns at 8-3. Assuming both play and assuming both get full minutes, they're both just too cheap in a phenomenal spot. So I love both. Gobert is hard for me to get to with Cat in. I'm not going to pay 7K for Salomo, and then everyone else basically just out of play for me there with the Timberwolves. On to the Spurs. So Keldon Johnson is questionable. I don't expect him to play. So if he's in, it just downgrades like Keita Bates-Diop, the main guys, Branham, and then everyone else would be impossible to get to. If he's out though, I think we get like 30 minutes for Collins, 30 minutes for Trey Jones. These two will run the show offensively. It's a pace up spot as well. Trey Jones has been very, very good of late. He's stuffing the stat sheet. I think he looks solid even at 6'5". I think Zach Collins, even at 7'4", looks like a solid play as well. They're running their offense through him some too. So I like both the top two guys here in a pace up spot for the Spurs. Keita Bates-Diop is 6'4", is just egregious, but raw points do matter if you want to go there. It's fine. I'm not going to pay 6K for Sandro. Branham at 5'6" seems reasonable. Would prefer Keldon to be out. And then I don't think it's necessary to play anyone else. I guess I'll mention Blake Wesley, but this guy's been so bad. But that'll do it for the video, guys. I hope you guys had a good night. And this will be the last video of the regular season because I think the next few slates are going to be huge slates and everything will just change before lock. So hope you guys had a good night, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.